Fretted string instruments like the guitar, the bass, the mandolin or the banjo, for example, they are all unique. Well, that family is unique in that you can actually get playing really without knowing much of the theory at all. I'll explain. If I play A major scale, that's a pattern. If somebody knocks the guitar, and then I play the same scale again, I've got two different keys without really needing to worry about where the sharps and flats are. A major's got three sharps, F sharp, C sharp and G sharp. B flat major's got two flats, which is B flat and E flat. But all I've done is shift position. So this is one reason why guitarists don't tend to learn the theory, because they think, well, if I know the key, if I know where my key is on the guitar and then do my pattern, that's it, I've done it. And that's fine, that's absolutely fine, because the chances are, if you're playing by ear, that actually you may indeed be more attuned to things like phrasing and dynamics and song structure and that sort of thing. However, if you know your theory, it means that you can do even more. And actually, it's not fair to say that somebody with lots of theory would not play with passion and expression. But there are lots of woodly players out there who do know all these sort of far-reaching scales, which, well, they're fine in themselves. But when you get on a session and somebody wants something simple, that's where you can fall to bits a little. So what I'm going to try and do is, in this video, just give you an insight into how to think in terms of mental arithmetic with theory. Not lots and lots of writing or reading, just thinking and living and breathing that theory. Let's have a look. So in my 26, nearly 27 years of teaching, I've been teaching quite young children, and I have to try and hold their attention, try to give them bits of theory without them going, oh no, here comes the theory, here comes the maths, here comes the boring bit, here comes the, I need to learn how to draw a treble clef or a sharp or a flat. Well, the best thing to do is to try and think about things. Think about the notes that you have in your scale and all in your head. I mean, if I don't know, if I 62 times 7, if I need to work that out without a piece of paper, how am I going to do it? Well, the answer is I know my times tables. Times tables is a bit like key signatures with music. You can think of it in those terms. So 62 times 7, I do the 2 times 7 first, that's 14, put it to one side. 6 times 7, but 60 times 7, what's that, 420, and then you add your 14, 434, 434, I think. Yeah, okay. So there are those processes which you've had to think about in order to get the result. Now, the best way to start this, the best way to think of music theory to start with, is to know every single major scale, and there are only 12. That's it. 12 major scales. So we have what's called key signatures, where some of the notes, and this is especially important if you're a guitarist, to actually pick stuff out on the piano, because the piano is a giant music theory diagram. So C major, there's my major pattern on the guitar. I had B major there, which has got 5 sharps. Where are they then? Now, when you start to play C major, find 8th fret with your middle finger, middle last, next string, index middle last, next string, index annular last, then again on the next string, index annular last, then middle last, index middle. And practice scales coming down as well. So you get used to the pattern there. Now, once you've got the pattern, you can just go out and play, it's fine. But then, it's a good idea to be able to sit at the piano and go, okay, well, C major. I know you can't see the piano, it's out of shot, but basically I've just used all of the white notes on the piano. So I have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. D, E, F, G, A, B, C. This is a good idea when you're playing guitar and learning, because you should know where every single note is on every string in order to make things work and to be able to sort of progress and to improvise and to come up with new things. So we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Say the notes out loud while you're playing it, and then you'll just gradually go, oh yes, there was a B there, and there's a D there, there's a G, there's a C, because I know that C on the 6th string is also going to be in the same place on the 1st string, although it's 2 octaves up. Now the next thing to do is to think, okay, well, there are going to be sharps and flats that are going to develop, in other keys. The answer is to learn what one sharp is, and that's G major. So this time I'm starting on the 3rd fret, but with the same pattern. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, F sharp being there. Now I had C major just now, C, D, E, F, so I could think, oh well, that's going to be an F sharp there. This is the other downside to the guitar or any string instrument, is that you can have one note in several different places. I could have E, 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 E. And then if you've got a 24 fret guitar, you'd be fret 24 on the 6th string. So you'd have 6 different places to play that E. It's like, well, which one do I use? Well, that's, learning patterns, but you can learn patterns if you know the notes. So G major has got the F sharp in. So you've got another F sharp there at 2nd fret on the 1st string. And it's the last note of your scale that has been changed. So the last note of G major has that F sharp in. This rule holds for all of your sharp keys. Every time you go to another, 2 sharps for example, D major, I've got my F sharp in, but I've also got a C sharp. Now, sitting with the guitar and the piano will help because it'll also develop your ear training. Scales, major scales on guitar, if you know the notes and the key signatures, it means that when you're on a jam night, if you're in the key of D major, you know that you've got F sharp and C sharp. So that means that chord 3 is an F sharp minor chord. So you can predict if somebody's playing... So if it goes da da da, oh, it's gone up a bit. Oh, it must be an F sharp because it's in D major. That holds true for a lot of the majority of song progressions. So already you can see how having music theory in your mind can actually give you sort of answers when you're trying to find your way through a situation. So you've got D major, which has got 2 sharps. A major's got 3. A, B. There's my C sharp that I had in D major. There's my F sharp that I had in G major, but I've added another one of G sharp, the last note of that scale, before returning to A. So far then we've got C major, that's all natural notes. G major, that had an F sharp at the end. D major has got the F sharp that was in G major, but you've added a C sharp. A major, you've got the 2 sharps that were in D, plus the last note of the scales, you've got a G sharp. So every time you go up a 5th, essentially, you're adding another sharp, and the sharps are in a certain order. Father Charles goes down and ends battle. I know it sounds rather medieval and a bit old school, but actually the phrase works backwards for flats. Battle ends and down goes Charles's father. So that means your first flat is B flat, and that's the key of F. So just keeping the same pattern, I'm going to start on 13th fret. I've got F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. So the 4th note of my scale was a flat. There it is. B flat major has got 2 flats, B flat and E flat. So the 4th note of my B flat scale is going to be flat. B flat, C, D, E flat, etc. And there it is. having all of these scales, if you know your major scales, it means you can easily predict what chords are going to come in a in a sequence in the song. You can also work with session musicians, say, oh, I need a B flat there, because you know that you're in F and I need a B flat there. The chances are that a classically trained musician will prefer to read music, but at the very least they will want to speak the lingo.